Hello friends, how are you today? This is Maria broadcasting live for this episode of If It's Not Fun, Don't Do It. So here today we're having fun. I'm having fun because I am unboxing my new and very first in my life sewing machine. So it was a surprise for me, all the tasks that we will do today together. And it's been a long time since I wanted to buy a sewing machine, but really, I didn't have make up my mind, so I was a little bit reluctant. So today it is the unboxing. It is the unboxing of Futura, Singer Futura 4300. This is the brand of the machine and the model. I don't know if I did well with this model. We'll see together. If it suits me, we will see with time. But I think, okay, I did an investment because it was a little bit pricey and I didn't want to start small. I wanted to start, quite enough for what I have in my mind, for my projects to do, because I have a lot of projects in my mind for sewing. Now in the future, because I was sewing so far, by hand. Since childhood, I tried to change my clothes and also accessories, to do things inside the home, always by hand. My mother used to have a small sewing machine, very, very cheap, from these where you get very cheap out also, in the supermarket. But this was broken really easily. It was really troubled all the time. So I was not really in an environment to be enthusiastic and realistic with my expectations that I have a nice, good sewing machine. So I have not thought about it since recently, where I was really in need to do some things around the home. I wanted to do some new things. I wanted to do some toys for my Martin, for my cat. I wanted to do some bedding for me and for Martin also. I have many ideas to do things. So that's why I decided and I went for it. So let's unbox together and let's start with this, shall we? So the box arrived on time, and this was, the first impression. I saw a very solid, hard box with a firm outside. It was a model I have ordered, so I was really pleased with this. And I was eager to open it, and I put on the camera to start filming it so that we unbox it, we'll unbox together. My Martin was there with me, and I started to work on this. I took the tools that I needed and I started doing the job. Nothing to see yet. Still boxes, under boxing, but we will get there. Yes, Martin came to put his own effort into unboxing, and he helped a bit, as you can see. We were having really fun together. Unboxing. I let him unbox a little bit. Okay, Martin, that's enough, I think. Let me do the job. The box was really heavy, so I guess the machine was a little bit heavy. That was a good thing, of course. So I had to, to turn it around, bottom up first. I don't think if it's a good idea, but this is what I did, and all the leaflets and the cord starts falling out. Okay, this is something, this is cord, this is, here is the manual in English. It is a manual in English. Let's open the real thing. No, this is not the right side. Let's move it on from the other side. Wow. Well, what I see as a first impression is a plasticky thing. I did not like that very much, but what to expect, it was plasticky outside surface, but it was really heavy, and I thought that it was a very good machine as a first impression because of the heaviness mostly. And I just had a first look. All seemed in place, so I started to take off the green sticky tape that secures some parts. And this is the stitch chart at the top cover, and some buttons. I don't know yet about these buttons, we'll see later together. And this is the needle area, which is still unboxed. And somewhere here must be the accessory case. Here is the handle. You can take off, this is the extension table. You can take off the extension table and leave the arm, free arm, to sew, a better way, free way. But I need to find the accessories case. This is the guarantee, and I go directly to the manual. Where is the accessories case and how it opens? Here it is. Okay, we put the hand from the left side and turn it up a little bit. Try. This is my first time. I try also. And here it is. This is how it opens the accessories case. There are some things, some accessories over there in the case, in a small box, and let's find out what is in there. Well, we have a brush for brushing some parts. We have some shredding tool. We have some small spinning tool. We have some needles. We have 3 bobbins. And we have some more foot, presser foot. This is one kind. I don't know what these are yet. This is another kind. This is from the spool, from the small spool. These two go together. This is a key to open the needle part of the machine down there, the bobbin part. And this is another foot. And yes, Martin, you are right, there is another foot also over there for buttons, I guess. So, okay, this was it. Let's put all this back in case. Wow, so this was the first unboxing. And I had a quick look what's going on, where the things are. I don't know a lot of things about the machine, but this is the journey. Tell me in the comments if you remember your own journey with your first sewing machine, and if you had not any, this is your chance to see how it feels, how to experience one. So we experience now together with my own unboxing. But let's continue on with the second part, which is to go around and about the machine. Okay, we have a cord for the electricity. Here it is. I can put it in the extension over there, termination box, and in the plug. And this is the foot control pedal for sewing. I have to put it in the jack over there in the machine at the right front. Over there in the jack, and I have to put this on the floor. Then this is the handle, the manual handle, the handle wheel, and I take out some more tapes, green tapes, that was used to secure some parts of the machine. And this is the on-off power, turning on and off the machine with this button. So the cord, the jack for the pedal, and the handle, wheel handle. So this is the Singer Futura, and I turn on the machine and the button starts with the green light. This is the final unboxing. I left the needle part at last. So here it is, I took it out and we are ready to check it around. Let's put, this is the lifter, foot lifter, and let's put thread, some thread on. I have some white thread. I put it on the big spool and with a cover. And Martin is also playing around, see what's going on, tries to smell and find out what's new in neighborhood. So let's explore a little bit. This is the handle, big handle, because it's a very heavy machine, relatively heavy. So that's a good thing, I guess. Over there is the top handle, top cover with a chart of stitches. There are some normal stitches, very simple, and some complicated ones, advanced, and there are also some alphabet letters. This is the winding bobbin place. This is the threading spin tool. This is the guides for the bobbin to be winded. And then we have the other guide to thread the machine down below. So this is the speed control. This is the reverse stitch button. This is the up and down needle button. This is the cut button. We cut automatically the threading. We also cut manually from behind the machine over there. So 2 points to cut the thread. That's very nice. This is the start stop button. And these are some more buttons to navigate with the stitches, to edit the stitches, to use for function of the stitches, but I don't know much about it yet. So I will stick to simple things now. This is the threading area where we thread the machine and the bobbin. So let's open the machine to continue with the rest of the exploration. Nice to see that everything is in place. So this was the around and about from the machine and the unboxing, the same day that I opened it. I was really happy, and it was really easy to navigate through. The manual was relatively simple, so I was not overwhelmed. If you think that it's too much information, don't think, take one step at a time. So I took my time and I didn't do all these steps at the same time. First I did the unboxing and the going around, and also I tried to set up the bobbin. Setting up the bobbin is one of the first things you have to do before you start sewing, because for the machine there are needed 2 threads, one from the bottom, and this is the bobbin, and one from the upper thread, which is threading the machine. Also, I learned these days also the slang, you know, the wording, the people that are showing, that the professionals or you know, the artists of showing use for this activity. I learned so many things. Also about the machine, I learned so many things. What is the reverse button, cut button, threading the needle, bobbin, winding the bobbin, placing the bobbin, threading the machine, upper lever, and so many things. So it is like a specific language they have to communicate, and this is what one has to learn. As soon as you learn this, everything is fine. So the next step was to set up the bobbin, and this involves 2 things. First, to wind the bobbin, so to put the thread around this small bobbin, and second, to place the bobbin inside the machine. So let's do that together. And this is my first trial also. So this is the bobbin place, and I opened the cover of the bobbin place, and I took out one bobbin. This was the 4th bobbin. Other 3 were in the accessories case. So I started to check how to thread the bobbin. I started to put the thread over there and to guide it through the 3 steps. This is the first step, over there is the second step, and over there was the 3rd step, and then to place it in the bobbin place over there and to press it at the right so that it secures. Let's see how I did in the first time. I have to say it was a little bit strange to do it correctly for the first time. It would be awkward. So for your own enjoyment, I didn't make it. When I started to wind the bobbin up, it flipped out. So I had to have a second trial, and I guess the problem was that I have not I have not guided the thread for the bobbin correctly on the machine at the 3 points. So I started again, and let's see second time what I succeeded. I cut the first thread over there, not to hold it, and started winding the bobbin. Wow, that does not look nice at all. Problem again. I have to search more. So, first trial, out. Second trial, out. And now this was the 3rd trial, and I have not succeeded yet. I was trying to find what was the problem, and I put the foot down and started to attempt again, putting the threading again around where it should be in the guides. I cut the thread and started to winding the bobbin for the 4th time. Started to look good. Well, I did something good then this time. Do you see, Martin? It seems that it's okay now. Well, let's see if it stops automatically. The manual says that the bobbin will stop automatically when it's done, and so it was. So this was a better threading, winding wound bobbin. Sorry about my language. I don't know the slang yet. And I think this was the most successful time. So to put in the bobbin inside the bobbin case, we hold it to form like a P, the letter P, and I lift the cover. At least I have learned that. And I put the bobbin inside the placing for the bobbin below the needle, and I followed the manual that says to guide it from down left part to upper left part. And I think that was it. I closed it with a cover, and I don't know if I did it correct before I first tried to sew something. I first need to sew to see if this is correct, but I didn't have to do something else. I secured it, and I am waiting now to thread the machine, because the next step to start sewing, and with this video we will go until my first sewing on a piece of fabric. So I need to check if the bobbin is okay, if the placing of the bobbin is okay, and if my threading will be okay. And this will all be revealed when I will first sew my very first line. Then I will see if there are problems in the threading, problems in the needle, problems in the bobbin. So it's very fun for me, and if it's not for you, don't do it. This is all about it. If it's not fun, just don't do it. So let's thread the machine together. Me for the first time. Let's thread the machine together. Here we are. We need to thread the machine. The first step is to guide the thread down there, and first we have to lift the foot up. This is the first rule. We always lift the foot up. We can do it electronically with the up and down needle, because the second thing is to put the needle up. So we can do it electronically or manually with a handle. Right now I'm doing it manually, but to be more secure that the needle is up, I start the machine and the bottom is lit, and the foot is up, and I press the needle up and down so that it goes up and down electronically this time, not with a wheel handle, so that I can be sure. Then I guide the threading down there as the directions say, the manual says. So I cut my thread, I put it in the point, in the first point, guiding point. I hold it with my two hands and two fingers to put it below the first guide, then around the second guide on the left, then I put it up, I guide it down, and then up, make the U-turn until I reach down. So I follow the guidance up and down as it goes, and I did it from the first time. I didn't have to redo it, I just, did it. Now I have to put it over there in another final guide, and I needle it, I thread it manually through the eye of the needle. I don't use the electronic way this time. I don't know how to use it, so I did it manually. And there is one more step to go. We have to put those two threads, one from the bobbin and one from the needle. We have to put them together. So with a manual handle, I hold the one thread and I turn the wheel, and this forms a loop as it gets the thread of the bobbin from the down part. And when I see the loop, I take the thread and put both threads below the foot. That is, as I told you already, it's currently lifted. So I am confident that I have done it correctly, and I put both threads ready to do my first sewing. I think that was it. Well, I guess I did it. I was not sure back at that time. I was not sure at all because I had no results yet. I had put the bobbin inside. I had thread my machine. I had put both threads below the foot, and I suppose I was ready, but nothing was sure until we'll find out in the next part, which is the real fabric, the real thing, the real video. Let's see together what I did. So I took a piece of fabric, I turned it around from the wrong side and folded. Just a simple piece of fabric, and just fold it in the middle. I didn't want to do something special with no more plans than just, do my first row, do my first sewing, nothing else. I just wanted to know if the bobbin was okay at its place, if my threading was okay at its place. So I took my time, I put the fabric down the foot. I have to say I was really careful. I took my time, I did not rush, because it was the first time I was doing it, and I wanted to see what's going on. Then I press and then I lift the foot, so I put it below the foot, the fabric. I think I put it, in place. I guessed. Right now I don't know how to put it exactly. I'm just guessing where to put it. That was fun also. But for the time being, I just needed to check what was going on with my bobbin and my threading, nothing else. And if the machine was working, of course. So I put the footer lifter down, press the footer down, and I did a reverse stitch with a button. That with a reverse stitch I secured my stitching, let's say, my sewing. This is what they say, with pressing the reverse button you secure it. So I started and I pressed with the foot pedal, foot control. I started to sew slowly. It goes slowly because of my speed control button. Hello Martin. I really stopped doing anything while Martin was there, but I am sure he will get bored very soon, so we will continue. Martin, are you interested in sewing? No, nothing really fun for you here, dear. Yes, smell whatever you want and you can go now. Thanks. Okay, this is the speed control button over there. You can slide it on the left and on the right. on the left for the slow speed. Let's put it on the slow, just to check, you know, how slow it is. Right now I press the foot pedal and I show the slow. Let's put in the middle and I press the pedal and it goes like that. And if I put fully on the right, it starts slowing very, very quickly. I have to say I was impressed with the sound. I will let you know live another time that the sound is really, really nice, not noisy at all. I was impressed with the sound. So for the last stitches I went slowly to the edge, and then I pressed the reverse button to go back and secure the stitch. And then because I was a little bit unsecure, I went a little bit again front with the pedal, and then a little bit back reverse again. Hello Martin. Okay, I leave it like that because you know, it's part of the enjoyment. If you don't enjoy, don't do it. I'm not doing something, you know, special project. I'm just unboxing my machine. I take my time and I let Martin join me also. So to cut the two threads, both the bobbin and the upper thread from the needle, I press the cut button. It's very, very convenient. I lift the foot. It's already a big thing for me to remember the foot, the cutter, the button, all the things. So I'm really trying very hard. And let's see what I've done. Wow, from the first time, really perfect. No, don't see the line, see the stitch. The line is not straight, but the stitch is perfect from both sides, and it has also secure sides at the ends. I am very, very pleased with the stitch. Really clean, clear stitch. So this means that except from the bobbin, winding of the bobbin that took me 4 times to get it, I did the placing of the bobbin correct first time, and I did the threading the machine correct first time, and sewing correct first time. So this is very nice, and I'm really pleased with the machine so far. I see also that it needs some ironing, of course, as I have seen in videos in other YouTubers. While they're showing, it needs some ironing to show the nice seam. But it's stretchy also, it's secure, it feels really, really nice. So this was my small project, and I used the manual a lot. It didn't take me, you know, so long time. It was first day I did the unboxing and the winding up the bobbin and the going around and about, and second day I did placing the bobbin and threading the machine and did the sewing and you know, all these things. So I took my time because it's just enjoyment to do whatever it pleases you to do. So my impressions for this first time for my machine is that it's really nice, it's really handy, it's really simple, because I didn't have, you know, especially in the needle, in the threading of the machine, to go to the needle, I didn't have to be so much careful like I see in other machines. You have to take a little bit, you know, be careful in the level, take up level. Here it was not that problem, it was just, you know, going up and down, looping and threading so far. Or I was so much lucky, I don't know, maybe I was so much lucky that it was really, really nice thing for me to do, and it was really, really easy for me. It looked like easy. I don't know. We'll have to find out in the next episode. I will start showing, I will start doing projects. Let me know in the comments if your experience with the sewing machine was good or bad, if you ever had a chance to have your own sewing machine, if you wish to have, how did you start? You know, anything, everything is useful, and mostly we have to check that inside us. It's an internal situation if we're having fun with this. As soon as we have fun with something, we do it. This was happening in the past for me. I was sewing and I was having fun also in the process and the progress and the results, and I really enjoy it. I hope I will enjoy now my new method to sew, the fastest one that will be more creative, and I would love to share, and I will be very happy to. It will be very fun also to share all these projects with you very soon. Bye friends, bye for now.